Hey, Michael Kingswood here, and live doing the deep dive as part of my story time. And as all of you multitude of listeners and watchers noticed, didn't do this yesterday. It was Sunday. I think on Saturday I said, "Man, I'm gonna get started doing it Sundays," and I just couldn't bring myself to be honest with you. A number of different reasons for that, but mostly it's just like, you know what, it's Sunday. The heck with it. I'll just give updates on Mondays, and gotta have one day when you're not doing stuff. And frankly, I had to do a lot of business related stuff yesterday, despite my best desires not to. And so after I got done with all that, it's like, no, I'm not streaming. Yeah, because Saturday after I finished up here, I got a few other things done, did some dad stuff, and then went out making money. And then, but by the end of the night, Saturday night, I was like, son of a gun, I haven't made my VIG and I need to. So spent a lot of the day Sunday making money. And consequently, I mostly primarily because poor time management earlier in the week on the cash flow stuff. So I had to do a lot of that on Sunday, which was very well, it was necessary, but also depressing because A, don't like to do that on Sunday, and B, because I spent so much time on that, I didn't get the story finished. So kind of a fail on all respects for this weekend. On the bright side, didn't end up getting at least enough of the cash flow done so that I'm good for going forward. But it's like, man, son of a gun, didn't work out the way I wanted to. So I think we're just gonna stick with the Monday through Saturday thing and not do Sunday for streaming and. And okay, have to be better at during the week getting my other stuff done. This week is going to be interesting because I got to camp out this weekend with the boys, which means I got to get a lot of cash flow stuff done these until from now till Friday afternoon, and got to get my writing done, and got to get the story Saturday for Saturday recorded. It's gonna be a busy week. It's gonna be fun, but that is what it is. As I said, we're getting back into the groove here, so it's been it's a work in progress. Gotta give yourself grace for sometimes not getting everything's give yourself grace for not always being successful. So that is what that is. So the title for this stream for this evening is Ballot Proposition 31 for the California general election, which is tomorrow, which some have been voting early on it, which I understand, but forever and ever amen until 2 years ago. And unless you were absentee balloting it, you just showed up on election day. And we managed to make it work for a couple hundred years, doing everything on one day. And somehow, with all the great technology we got now, some of these states are now saying they're not going to have everything done, not collated until Thursday. Baloney. It's all shenanigans. So that's why I haven't done any of the voting stuff until tomorrow. And that's why I still feel good about talking about these ballot props now. The last one I haven't talked about yet is Prop 31. So let's check that out. What is the official title for Prop 31? It is. It doesn't have an official title. It's a law proposed by Senate Bill 793. Submitted as a referendum. It adds sections to the Health and Safety Code. Therefore, new provisions proposed are added in it. Okay, so it's modifying a previously passed law. So let's see what this one is about. Turning pages because we like to. All right. So a yes vote approves a law enacted in 2020 that prohibits the retail sale of certain flavored tobacco products, including but not limited to cigarettes, e-cigarettes, chewing tobacco, and snuff, and tobacco flavor enhancers. Excludes from prohibition certain premium handmade cigars, darn well better. Loose leaf tobacco, as in pipe stuff or roll your own, that's cool. And no, it's not intended for making cigarettes, as in pipe stuff. And shisha tobacco products, for if it's sold by a hookah tobacco retailer meeting certain specifications. If you vote no, it rejects the law and prevents it from taking place. So they're saying that it would have the effect of losing $100 million annually, up to $100 million annually in state taxes. And then it goes and talk about how tobacco use is bad, and we need to get rid of it. So it will prohibit in-person stores and vending machines from selling most flavored tobacco products. So including e-cigarettes. So I guess vapes. They're going to outlaw vapes. That seems dumb. And I guess it gets rid of menthols and stuff that's flavored to include fruit, mint, menthol, honey, chocolate, or vanilla. So, and there's a penalty every time you sell one of these things. It's $250 fine. Okay, so that could add up pretty quick. Right. It's kind of BS. I got nothing to say other than that. I don't know why we would do that. I mean, let's look at the arguments in favor of it. Basically comes down to, okay, it's cancer societies and heart associations say to do it because it protects kids by ending the sale of candy flavored products. Because 4 out of 5 kids who use tobacco started with a flavored product. Okay. Almost all high school e-cigarette users prefer flavored products. I prefer flavored vapes. They smell pretty good. I mean, I don't vape, but I'm around people and they're like, "Hey, mind if I vape?" Go for it. It smells great. As opposed to, hey, mind if I light up cigarettes? Like, gosh, those things suck. Cigars are awesome. Pipes are awesome. Vape's cool. It smells good. And they say tobacco is the number one preventable cause of death in California, killing 40,000 people each year. More than alcohol, AIDS, car accidents, illegal drugs, murders, and suicides combined. That seems a stretch. Because certainly, I mean, there's little doubt that the official medical line is that at least cigarette smoking is a contributing risk factor in cancer and emphysema and these other things. Can you say that it's actually a direct causal link all the time? I guess. But isn't that a person's choice, though? I don't know. It seems a little arbitrary. And I get what they're saying. People want people to be healthy. At the same time, if is there a really compelling government interest in that, though? Well, that they have an argument would then be, well, the government pays for medical costs. Okay, well, how about you just don't pay for those medical costs? Instead of infringing on everybody. I don't know. I have a knee jerk, go screw yourself to that particular one. So you guys do what you want with it. So that's the last of the ballot props. What else is there that we can talk through without actually being dumb about things? What else is there in this voter's guide? The text of the laws, we already talked about that. Candidate statements, the justices of the Supreme Court, Oh, all the Supreme Court justices are back up for election? All of them? That'd be then. Interesting. I guess there's no point in talking through the various candidates because that's not really something that I'm up for, because most of these people I don't know, but also that's each individual person's. It'd take too long to do that. So, all right. So we made it through all the ballot props. Helped me out because I didn't know too much about a lot of them, so I started doing this. I was going to read this through anyway, but as long as I'm streaming, might as well tell everybody. So I was going to make it interesting tomorrow. I will be going through the various candidates. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. These days, seems like if somebody's an incumbent or has politician listed as the name, probably vote against them, right? That's my thoughts, but I guess we'll see. So that's what's going on with that. What else is going on in the writing world? Since we've been going for a few minutes here. Oh yeah, I heard back from Writers of the Future, which is those of you who don't know what Writers of the Future is, it's the biggest writing contest in science fiction. And it's made specifically for new writers who have not had a lot of professional publishing credits under the belts. I have a couple professional credits under my belt. The cutoff is if you have a novel published through a trad publisher, you can't do that. You can't enter it. If you have a novella, if you have more than 3 short stories published at professional rates, I have, depending on what rates you use, one more short story I can get through, maybe 2, depending on how close you want to. Because the second one that got the second anthology I got put in, that I don't remember if we got pro rates or not. Anyway, regardless, so I'm still able to enter it. I've got all these indie published works, but because I meet the wickets to for indie published stuff, you have to not made more than $5,000 in any one work, which I qualify for that too. So I was still able to enter. So I've been entering this thing since 2011, and I've done. Even if you don't win, there's various places: the finalists, semifinalists, silver, honorable mention, and then just straight up, hey, thanks for entering. See you next time, kind of thing. Is at the point now where every time I enter, I know I'm always going to get at least an honorable mention because, frankly, I write pretty well. Closest I've come to winning it is the semifinalist, which means my story was, of the many thousands that get submitted, that story was judged to be the top 16 of however many thousands of entries there were that quarter. It's done on a quarterly basis for a year. So it felt really good about that, right? It's like, even if you don't win, it's like, hey, I'm number 16 of 10,000. I'll take it, right? That story was one I submitted last year. So this latest quarter that I entered was actually a story that was going to get published in a new anthology series that fell through, I think, because of funding issues and some other stuff. Is what it is. Because COVID kind of torched a bunch of stuff, of course. So I went and submitted this, and this one got a silver honorable, which silver honorable, they used to be, if you look at the results, generally in every quarter there's 100 or 2 honorable mentions and a lot fewer, like 50 or so silver honorables, and then 16 semifinal. It's 8 finalists, 8 semifinalists, and then the 3 winners. So because they get first, second, third place each quarter. So I heard the results back, silver honorable, yay! That makes no. So I got 1 semifinalist, 5 silver honorable mentions, and 16 honorable mentions, and I don't keep track of the straight rejections. This is why I bother. So anyway, continuing to pack away at that. At this point, it's like if you win, it's cool because you get money, you get published in a big anthology, you get money for being published, you get taken to up this road to LA, get a week-long professional writing workshop with other people who've been making it big for a long time. Some of these people I already know and have met, like, um, uh, and gotten advice from in the past, and some of them I haven't. But I go to the Writers of the Future Awards Gala every year because I'm so close by. So I've been hobnobbed with some of these folks, but the the judges are all of the contest are all big names in the sci-fi field, and some of the people in the who give the workshops are similar names. So know some of them, don't know some of them, but it's still cool. It's cool to enter, and so I'm kind of torn because in one sense, it'd be cool to win. In the other sense, like, yeah, I'd almost rather just start making big money off of my writing now, and then I don't need to win. Proing out is good too. Well, speaking of which, I need to. There's a couple of stories I've been meaning to submit to like Asimov's and Analog that have been on my queue to submit, but I haven't done it because I keep getting distracted. Remind myself to do that. So that was a neat thing. I got the word on that yesterday afternoon. So cool. Obviously, we'll be submitting. Have until the end of December to get the next submission in, and we'll do that. And that'll be fun. And we'll be also continuing to get on as part. It'd be fun. It's another part of motivation to get back in the swing of making my schedule work. So that's what's going on there. All right, I've babbled enough. Hope you guys are having a great evening. I will be back tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon. And until then, have a great night. Take care.